What's going on, guys? It's Nathan. So I wanted to give my opinion on this opinion, which was James Mangold's comments about end credit scenes. Now, this obviously is coming from a nerd who loves them, but I'm gonna be extremely unbiased and just give my point of view of what end credit scenes mean. But I do want to go over his quotes. Dude cussed a lot, and a lot of f bombs. So I'm just gonna put them on screen right now. Feel free to pause, check them out. But I do want to just go ahead and go over like the first part says in essential that he feels they were made for movies that suck and they're tacked on to make the film seem better even though it couldn't do it on its own, which I gotta disagree. A lot of films with end credit scenes have worked out marvelously, pun intended. But I don't understand like how that can. I mean, there are films, for example, that were awful that had end credit scenes, like the Super Mario Brothers film back in the day, the He-Man film with that Skeletor end credit scene. Others, so because the end credit scenes didn't exclusively start with Iron Man in 2008, they've been around for a long time. Some have trailers at the end. The most recent example I thought of was Captain America: The First Avenger had a trailer for the Avengers, but you can also see that at the end of Back to the Future 2 and at the end of The Matrix Reloaded. Things like that. They have trailers, but as far as end credit scenes go, that's not an example for everything. Deadpool was outstanding, and it had a funny meta end credit scene, like the same way Ferris Bueller did. But you can go back to Ferris Bueller, and it had an end credit scene that was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" Which, could be on the same field in some perspective if you look at it that way. But I just I don't agree that every film, like Spider-Man: Homecoming, I think they did the same thing. Like they joked about the end credit scene, but they still had a serious one with the Vulture and everything. And it's not like saying like, "Ooh, we gotta look out for this." No, I enjoy I judge a film and enjoy it on what it is. As soon as the credits start rolling, I'm like, "Wow," or I'm not sure how I felt. But otherwise, I'm like, "Oh, that was great." Depending on the spectrum of how the film turned out. And then I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. There's an end credit scene, or if I don't know, I look it up if I whether I have to stay or not, and I look forward to it. And I try to guess, well, what's it gonna be? I did actually guess the end credit scene for Deadpool, and it was still fun either way. But I don't feel like that works with what he's saying. That every film that does that is trying to save itself. I don't believe that. Some films, maybe, not everything. Now, his second passage says, we've got an audience is addicted to him. It feels like a cheat. He calls it a bad habit. And, just hearing all of that, it's just, he feels like it just diminishes all you've accomplished just because you have an end credit scene, which I could not disagree with more. I feel an end credit scene is just a little fun thing to have. Just it's not something that's necessarily supposed to connect with the entire film. You watch the first Iron Man. You cannot tell me Iron Man from 2008 from start to finish. It is a fantastic, excellent film. And what? Because it has Nick Fury pop up at the end, like, hey, there's a bigger thing going on. That's gonna diminish the entire thing? No, no way. Um, and honestly, I do have to mention the fact that James Mangold, you did have an end credit scene, or at least a type of end credit scene with the Wolverine. Well, whether that was you or the studio is up for debate, but you did have it in one of your films with the Wolverine, where Magneto and Charles Xavier show up to Wolverine in the airport, and they're like, "Hey, we need your help. Something's coming." And Trask Industries was on the TV, and that essentially sets up for Days of Future Past. Is that supposed to diminish your entire film? Now, I love the Wolverine. I know a lot of people may have had problems with it, or they loved it, but that Silver Samurai thing kind of threw them for a loop. I liked it. I think Logan is one of the best films, the best comic book films I have ever seen. That's for sure. And I respect you as a filmmaker, James Mangold. I really do, but I could not disagree more with this. I just want to address that end credit scenes are not movie killers, which I'm sort of getting from your quotes, like that just diminishes or a cheat. I wouldn't say that whatsoever. I think it's just a fun thing to put on at the end credits. Some I've seen are useless. Some are very hilarious. Some just pique intrigue for the next thing coming, but it doesn't make the film better or worse. It's just a little a little thing that just makes the experience a little bit more awesome just to be around. But it doesn't impact the film as a whole. So I don't understand why he has to come down so hard and view him so awful. Like, it's fine if you don't like him. That's fine, but don't like say it destroys an entire film and it's a bad habit and such. Like, that's way too outrageous. But what do you guys think? I want to know what you guys think about James Mangold's comments. Do you agree with them? Do you not? I don't know. I'm talking like this because I've been watching a lot of Philip DeFranco lately. That's actually where I'm going to end today's show. Anyway, guys, what do you guys think? I do want to hear about your comments, so leave it below. Let me know what you think. Do you agree or not? Where do you stand? And if you enjoyed this sort of, I don't know, this was just kind of a random thing I made. I got a lot more consistent videos, so if you want to check it out, you can hit the like button, subscribe if not already. And that being said, guys, hope you have a great day. May the force be with you always.